My name is Rayden Seela. I go by he, him, and I'm running for the UMSU Indigenous representative. You know what's funny actually is I didn't want this position in the first place. I really didn't want to. I didn't see myself running this year. UMSU is something that I've considered doing for like the last 3 years now, but it wasn't until people reached out to me and spoke up to me, people a part of my community who I work with, and said that I should do this position, that they want to see me do it and they trust me to do it. And then it wasn't until then that I saw it for, I use this analogy a lot. It's like if you see the bat symbol in the sky, you don't just look the other way, right? So I had people tell me that I should do it and I would be the right person for it. And I took that seriously. And what makes me the perfect candidate for it is I see it as the Indigenous representative. If you ask me what that means to me, I'm representing over 3,200 Indigenous students on this campus. Like that is like a huge responsibility, and that's something that I want to do well in. And my leadership style isn't authoritarian. It's not a dictatorship. It's my leadership style is built in relationship and connection and community. And that's my main focus as the UMSU Indigenous representative. There's only so much that I could do, and I can make the choices based on my own discretion, but there's a lot of the times that I'm not going to have the answers or know what to do next. And that's when I focus on what my community wants, right? That's going to be the sole reason as to my position is what does my community want and how can I make that happen? I like to consider myself as like the voice, you know what I mean? I'm someone who's very confident in sharing my opinions and thoughts, and I'm not scared to do that. And some people in my community, they may be more shy and maybe more soft-spoken, whereas like, that's what I mean. Like, I just want to do what my community wants, and then I'm just the voice to their heart type of thing. It's a little corny, but yeah. My main goal, I'm someone who's a little ambitious when it comes to roles and things like that. So in this role, I plan to bring the Indigenous community on this campus together, united in a way that has never been done before, that has never been seen before. My whole slogan that I'm using is like, stronger community creates stronger success, which is something I strongly believe in. But things like, for example, as UMSU, as representatives, we have to do community assemblies once a month, right? And when I go to the Indigenous community assemblies, like there's a good group of people that show up. But my goal is if I can have like 50 plus people show up to a community assembly, right? That's when, power happens. That's where like strength comes from, right? When all of us are in one room together, there's nothing that we can do, right? And what was the question again originally?
What you actually
Yes, thank you. But yeah, I just making the Indigenous community seen in ways that have never been done before. And I have many, many plans on how I plan to make that happen. And I'm just excited to actually get to do those. Powerful, united, and it's another third word I could use. I like unserious in a way. That's a little part of me that I always keep to myself. I like being a little unserious sometimes. Not, we're all on a floating rock at the end of the day, right? So might not be a little unserious. Well, my name is Rayden Seela. I'm from Thompson, Manitoba. I'm Cree, and I'm currently in my 4th year of studying psychology. Some hobbies about me is I do CrossFit 5 times a week. I try my best to do CrossFit. I used to like the gym, going to the gym, but I needed more of a challenge for myself, so I decided to do CrossFit. I also dance as much as possible as well. I self-taught myself since I was about like 12, and then this is actually the first year that I joined a dance studio. So those are two big passions about me. In terms of fun fact, my favorite color is red, maroon, if anything.